Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm serving as chair-elect of the AMA Foundation Board of Advisors. The AMAF Board of Advisors has equal representation from both the academic and the practitioner fields as we strive to serve both groups' unique philanthropic goals. As the AMA philanthropic arm, the American Marketing Association Foundation elevates marketing visionaries, empowers future generations, inspires a more diverse industry, and ensures marketing research impacts the public good. The AMA Foundation is dedicated to developing leadership within our minority student populations to fuel the power of diversity within our profession and at large. We believe that the marketing profession should be as diverse as the consumer population it serves, and we strive to embrace and foster equity and inclusion in the field. The AMA Foundation presents awards to exceptional marketing students, researchers, academics, and professionals. These awards honor influential, revolutionary, and transformative leaders and their work. They're supported by the AMAF and made possible through the contributions of individuals who recognize and promote excellence in marketing. As we do today's session, I'd like to thank EBSCO for being our sponsor. The AMA is pleased to offer funding for research and opportunities through the generous support of EBSCO. So thank you to EBSCO for that. Introducing this year's award recipients is Matt Weingarten, Vice President of Communities and Journals for the American Marketing Association. Take it away, Matt.
Thank you, Rick. And thank you, Stacy, Subin, and Alan, very much for all you've done this year. On behalf of the AMA Support Center staff, welcome again to the Winter AMA. Since we were last together in San Diego, things have changed dramatically around the world. But as marketers, we are prepared to improvise. I hope that all of you find some time to view AMA Board Chair Kay Lemon's welcome video as she describes a snapshot of our achievements over the last year. Those achievements and more are due to members of this community who have organized virtual conferences and webinars, found time for reviewing and editing while reworking classrooms to accommodate remote, hybrid, and socially distanced learning. We're grateful for all you do, and we're especially grateful that you're with us this week. So now let's begin to honor our major achievements, starting with the AMA EBSCO Annual Award for Responsible Research and Marketing. Thanks again to EBSCO, and with the support of the Chef Foundation and the Responsible Research and Business and Marketing Network, the AMA EBSCO Award for Responsible Research and Marketing seeks to recognize already published responsible research, where we define responsible research as work that produces useful and credible knowledge. This year's recipients include 4 finalists: the Self-Perception Connection, Why Consumers Devalue Unattractive Produce from the Journal of Marketing. Service Innovation is Urgent in Healthcare from AMS Review. Shopping While Non-White, Racial Discrimination Among Minority Consumers from the Journal of Consumer Affairs. And Toward an Optimal Donation Solicitation, Evidence from the Field of the Differential Influence of Donor-Related and Organization-Related Information on Donation Choice and Amount from the Journal of Marketing. Our 4 winners include The Bounce in Our Steps from Shared Material Resources in Cultural Trauma and Recovery from the Journal of the Association of Consumer Research. Also from the Journal of the Association of Consumer Research, Dehumanization and Restriction Inside a Maximum Security Prison, Novel Insights from Consumer Acquisition and Ownership. Mobile Phone Visual Ethnography, Bridging Transformative Photography and Mobile Phone Ethnography from the Journal of Public Policy and Marketing. And Understanding the Calorie Labeling Paradox in Chain Restaurants, Why Menu Calorie Labeling Alone May Not Affect Average Calories Ordered from the Journal of Public Policy and Marketing. And finally, our distinguished winner, When Patients and Their Families Feel Like Hostages to Healthcare, from a team that includes Leonard Berry, Tracy Danaher, Dan Beckham, Rana Adwish, and Kader Madi, published in the Mayo Clinic Proceedings. These articles all represent excellence in responsible research, and we look forward to having the authors present about their work at the Summer Academic Conference in August. Congratulations to all the honorees. And so now we'll move to the presentation of the John A. Howard AMA Doctoral Dissertation Award. This year, the award recognizes an excellent marketing dissertation from an outstanding candidate. Yixing Chen has been selected as the 2021 recipient of the Howard Award for his dissertation, Linking Marketing to Social and Economic Outcomes, the Case of Cancer Prevention in K-12 Education. Yixing, I want to make sure that you're on the line.
Yes, I'm here. How are you doing, Matt?
Thank you. Would you mind elaborating on what inspired you to write your dissertation on this research topic and provide the audience with some additional information about where you ended up publishing work from the subject?
Yes, thank you, Matt. First, I want to thank AMA Foundation and award chair, committee, and reviewers for their time and effort. I'm deeply honored to receive this award. I think when I was in a doctoral program, especially during the first 2 years of my PhD, I have learned that we have a lot of work in marketing that is trying to quantify the financial impact of marketing investments using a variety of different methods. Surprisingly, that I think we know much less about the social impact of marketing. For example, like how can marketing interventions help improve well-being, and in how marketing can enhance the effectiveness of nonprofit organizations or benefit society at large. So with this broad interest in mind, so my dissertation co-chairs, Hari and Vikas, advised me and say, don't make up research questions, and you actually need to talk to practitioners or key stakeholders to really understand the substantive issue, why you need to learn new methods. So with those two pieces of advice in mind, I'm very fortunate to have this opportunity to work with a doctor, Dr. Amit Singhal at University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center, and have some opportunities to talk to some school district superintendents. I can only say that I'm super lucky because I have this opportunity and to talk to real practitioners who care about research, at the same time willing to spend time to discuss their substantive issues with me. So, for example, that I get to realize that even though cancer screening is very important, but in general the utilization rate is very low. So I think a question that practitioners care is what can we do to improve that practice? So I think in one of my dissertation essays is trying to see whether or not we can provide a personalized version of cancer outreach program to improve cancer screening rates. And similarly, that if you talk to superintendents of school districts, they spend big dollars on tech every year, and they're trying to promote their connectivity every year. But it's a question that whether or not it pays off. What's the payoff, and how do they communicate the value of internet spending with parents and funding agencies? So that's also a motivation for the second dissertation essay. And I also would like to mention that without my advisors, that the dissertation is not possible, because they've been encouraging me to pursue this topic. And also, very important thing to note is at Mace Business School, our deans and marketing faculty, Len Berry, have been super big advocates to encourage me to work on responsible research for business management. So I feel very lucky, and it's a good time to study these topics, and I would like to continue to work in this area. Thank you.
Congratulations again, and thank you. So the next award, the Erin Anderson Award, recognizes emerging female marketing scholars and mentors while honoring and celebrating a beloved scholar, Erin Anderson's life. Erin was a widely respected mentor and a scholar whose research made significant contributions to the marketing discipline. To honor Erin and support her passion for encouraging women in academia, the Erin Anderson Award recognizes a female marketing scholar we anticipate becoming a leading marketing academic in the mold of Erin Anderson herself. It's my pleasure to introduce Hema Yoganarasimhan, Professor of Marketing from the Foster School of Business, University of Washington. Congratulations, Hema. You've been recognized as one of the leading experts in qualitative marketing. Your research brings together large-scale marketing data, economic theory, and machine learning tools to help firms optimize and automate marketing decisions. In addition to this, you're a dedicated mentor to your students. Can you share your views on the importance of mentorship and developing young PhD students, in particular women?
Yeah. Thank you, Matt, and for the very nice introduction. And I would also like to thank the AMA Foundation and the committee and all the people who made this award happen. So thank you. It's a very good question on what exactly is the role of mentorship. I actually stumbled upon this rather than actually decided to be a great mentor or a great researcher. When I came to UW, we had some new incoming PhD students who were really brilliant, and I started working with them. They were junior faculty here who were also excellent. I started talking to them, and it was a very interesting journey. Up till that point, I had mostly been mentored myself and not mentored other people. The transition happened so slowly that in some ways I didn't even realize that it was happening, which I believe is natural for many things. But in the process, I feel like, if I reflect back on the last, few years, I have learned so much from the people I have worked with. I know it's very cliche, but it's also true because I learned new methods, I learned about new ideas, just interacting with them has been amazing. And more importantly, you also see the growth of these people, that initially you are really mentoring them. And over time, you realize that they're equals and they're colleagues, and you're talking to them for advice as well. And to see this process, this growth is really enjoyable. And I think mentoring is equally important for men, women, irrespective of, what type, gender or race or anything. But it is true that for women and for people who are underrepresented, it's even, I think, some, a little bit more of a gentle help at the right time helps significantly. And we talk about this leakage problem for women and URMs at different stages of the career. And I think mentoring can really help some of that at the right stage, the early stage, and not too much time or effort, just, someone being there for them to help them, help guide them at the right time. So it's been a very rewarding process. And I'm sure many of the people I've mentored will go on to be even better mentors than I am. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Thank you again.
I think that could be one of the most wonderful ways for them to say thank you is to surpass you in their giving, right?
Yes.
Congratulations again, Hema. Our next award is the William L. Wilkie Marketing for a Better World Award, which honors marketing thinkers who have significantly contributed to our understanding and appreciation for marketing's potential to improve our world. This award honors those who work in the space of and mold of Bill Wilkie of the University of Notre Dame. And I think it's worth noting that Bill has been working in this space of marketing for a better world since before it was fashionable. And today we sort of take for granted that marketing should be used to improve the world, that it should be used to advocate for all members of our broader community and society. So this award has a special place at the center of the AMA, and we're thrilled to be able to award it each year. With that, please join me in congratulating Madhu Viswanathan, professor at the Department of Marketing at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles, as the 2021 Wilkie Award recipient. Congratulations, Madhu. Madhu, I want to make sure that your microphone is working because I'm not hearing you. I do have a pressing question to ask of you as well. So it looks like Madhu may not be able to use audio. We may be a little bit ahead of schedule, and so he may have stepped away because actually he is in the middle of teaching. The wonderful thing about all of our award recipients is that in addition to doing one or two things that make them honorees for these individual awards, they're also juggling dozens of other things on the side. So hopefully Madhu will join us shortly. Gina, why don't we pass things back to Alan, and maybe we'll jump back to Madhu after that.
Okay, hi Matt, and hi everyone. I'm glad to step in and do the closing remarks first, and then when Madhu can rejoin us, that would be fantastic. So welcome everybody, and congratulations again to all of our AMA Foundation Award recipients. Your contribution to the field of marketing are amazing and exceptional, and we look forward to watching your continued achievements in the future. Now, it has been our great honor for me and Stacy and Subin to host this conference, but I would like to thank the many people who made this conference possible. These include all of the track chairs who organized the tracks, managed the review process, proposed unique special sessions for each of the tracks. We also thank all the volunteer reviewers, and many of them, special session organizers, and hundreds of authors from all around the world who submitted their research to this conference. We're especially grateful to Eric Reinfleisch, President of the AMA Academic Council, who entrusted us with the task of organizing this conference and who has supported and encouraged us throughout the process. We also give thanks to Kay Lemon and the AMA Board, the AMA Academic Council, and a huge virtual applause and tip of the hat to Monica Gerhardt, Matt Weingarten, and all the AMA staff who work so hard behind the scenes. Without them, none of these events would be possible. So they're just an amazing team. And now for a few additional announcements. So there are two AMA events later today that will honor the memory and work of the late Jerome Williams. It's 3 p.m. today, Central Time, of course. A special conference session on race, marketing, and public policy will feature retrospectives of Dr. Williams' work and its impact. Then at 6 p.m. this evening, Central Time, everyone is invited to a memorial session for Dr. Williams. The evening event has been organized by the AMA Board, by the PhD Project, and Dr. Williams' family and friends, and especially Kevin Bradford from UC Irvine took the lead. Look for the links to both of these events, the 3 p.m. and the 6 p.m. events, in the conference schedule for today. Also, please join us tomorrow afternoon, Friday, February 19th, from 4:15 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Central Time on the plenary stage for the conference for the Legacy of the 2021 AMA Fellows session. We will welcome the new incoming class of AMA Fellows and also pay tribute to Jerome Williams' legacy and contributions to the field of marketing, as he is one of the incoming AMA Fellows. The conference will conclude immediately after the fellow session at 5:30 with the virtual SIG receptions also on the plenary stage, so in the same location. Now, I'd like to take a moment to also remember another AMA Fellow, my former colleague at the University of Arizona and a great friend and mentor to many of us in marketing, the late Professor Robert Lush. Bob's service to the AMA began while he was a doctoral student at the University of Wisconsin and continued throughout his career. During his tenure as the Vice President of Publications for the AMA, Bob oversaw, among many other tasks, the most recent revision of the AMA's definition of marketing. His passion for his students, his faculty colleagues, and his field was unwavering and continued to the last days of his life. Following his passing in 2017, the Robert Lush Early Career Research Award was proposed to honor Bob and support young scholars in the early stage of their career. The proposed award will recognize a scholar who has published an article early in his or her career in an AMA journal that pushes boundaries and introduces novel theories and/or conceptual frames that enable a better understanding of consumers, markets, and marketing actions. To offer this award and to honor Bob Lush's legacy, the AMA Foundation must raise $50,000 to start an endowment fund. To support this award and make a contribution, please visit the AMA Foundation and donate today. And finally, amongst the announcements, because we do hope Madhu will join us in a moment, though we are glad to see all of you today virtually, we do look forward to a better year ahead and hopefully to meeting in person at upcoming AMA conferences. So I'm very pleased to announce that the next Winter AMA Academic Conference will be held in, as you see on the slide already, Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, where we've had a couple of very successful Winter AMA conferences in recent years. The conference dates will be February 18th to 20th, 2022, and the conference co-chairs will be, as you see on the screen, Katrine Gielens from the University of North Carolina, Ashley Humphreys from Northwestern University, and Grant Packard from York University in Toronto. So look out for further announcements soon about the conference theme and, of course, the call for papers. And we look forward at the AMA to receiving your submissions for that conference. And, of course, hopefully seeing many of you in person next year in Las Vegas. So I wanted to thank everybody once again for attending this conference, which is the first ever virtual Winter AMA conference from your homes around the globe. And as you know, the conference will continue this afternoon with 5 great sessions that start in about 1 hour, so at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. So please check the conference schedule to see the exact contents of those sessions and which are the upcoming presentations so that you can attend the ones that you like. Now, that concludes my remarks. I don't know where we stand, Matt, at the moment with Madhu, if he's going to be able to join us right now.
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, here he is. Welcome, Madhu. So we're a little bit out of order, but Matt can take this portion away because I think he has some questions for you, and congratulations on your award.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
In the land of virtual conferences, anything can happen, right? So thank you, Alan, for jumping in, and Madhu, welcome. We've been singing your praises in your absence, so we're so glad to have you here, and congratulations on the Wilkie Award honor.
Thank you so much, Matt.
So if you would allow me to ask, the Wilkie Award honors scholars whose work has made notable advances in marketing's potential to improve the world, and as it's named, to make the world a better place. Can you describe the journey and importance of marketing in this stage and as you move forward?
Thank you, Matt. I really appreciate you letting me jump in and out because I'm teaching at this time. I just wanted to say how honored I am. I'm a professor at Loyola Marymount University and professor emeritus at University of Urbana-Champaign. Thank you for letting me tell my journey with a few prepared remarks. In the mid-80s, while I was at the Indian Institute of Technology, Chennai, which is formerly Madras, I was admitted to the PhD program in marketing at the University of Minnesota. My uncle in India then, he gifted me with a copy of Marketing Management by Philip Kotler. I'm deeply humbled to receive this extraordinary recognition as I think of previous recipients like Philip Kotler and Jagdish Sheth. I'm also deeply humbled to call the marketing discipline my home, with scholars like my PhD advisor, Terry Childers, Seymour Sudman, Kent Monroe, Ron Hill, Rick Bagozzi, Dave Stewart, Rajan Varadarajan, and Jerome Williams. And I'm deeply humbled because the award is named after Bill Wilkie. I'm also humbled by the individuals and communities we work with around the world. They are unequal in day-to-day life, but essential to our well-being, as the spread of COVID-19 has shown in the starkest possible way. And their daily challenges far exceed anything I've overcome in life. But I want to say I'm also very grateful to be humbled, as our impact is minuscule when compared to the challenges that those with the least face in the 21st century. So my own journey started almost 24 years ago, after years of studying how consumers use words and numbers and how researchers use numbers and measurement. So this begged the question, what about those who cannot read product information, those with low literacy and low numeracy that co-occur with low income? Our academic story is quite simple. We studied those who could barely make ends meet, the broad range of low income or subsistence. We created education for the communities we worked in that we called marketplace literacy. And we created education about these communities and context for students and practitioners. We call this symbiotic academic social enterprise, distinct from action research in a number of ways. Thousands of students on campuses and online, and hundreds in international immersion have learned about subsistence marketplaces through our curricular innovations. We studied these subsistence consumers and entrepreneurs bottom up, inside out, starting at the micro level of how they think, feel, relate, engage in the marketplace as consumers and entrepreneurs, and sustain. The word marketplaces rather than markets conveys the importance of understanding these pre-existing contexts in their own right, and not as a means to some other end, and before considering ways to address challenges. And so this is crucial to us, this idea of, let's first learn with a mutual learning mindset. So after a shopping trip with low-literate, low-income customers in 1997, I thought of the things I take for granted materially. More than 2 decades later, I can say that the things I take for granted are not only material, they are in my ability to think abstractly and understand why, thanks to the privilege of education and to self-confidence in marketplace activities that seem so mundane to me. One of the women in our marketplace literacy program said she never thought of herself as a customer, just someone who buys from the one shopkeeper in her village who sells. We take the very words we use for granted: customer, enterprise, marketing, value, words that can be beyond the grasp or experience of many people around the world, let alone the inferences we draw about relationships between words. Our social enterprise and marketplace literacy is mainly about understanding why. Porque, yen in my native Tamil, or kyo in Hindi, kwanini in Swahili, or kanyo in the Maasai language. Just that word why. More than what to buy or sell or how, why gauge value as a customer? Why be customer-oriented as an entrepreneur? Why choose a particular business? Marketplace literacy is mostly marketing because that's the first layer that people in these contexts need. But the way we teach it is bottom-up. We stitch together concepts from people's experiences. Our program has impacted people positively in a small way, savings and better quality products for most customers, and for some, starting and sustaining income-generating activities as entrepreneurs. The larger message I'm convinced of is the potential for marketing for a better world. Why? Because we understand marketplaces, we understand beneficiaries, we understand exchanges and value, and indeed, marketing is the first layer that people need to participate as buyers and sellers. What discipline would be best at understanding culture and connecting it to technology, if not marketing? So in closing, I just wanted to say that some lives are much cheaper than others. Yes, that is a reality. And yes, it will perhaps remain reality, but we should never accept it. I am privileged to be at the intersection of amazing people right here and around the world, and deeply honored to receive this extraordinary recognition. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Madhu. We're grateful that you were able to join us in between your teaching responsibilities. But I think you just shared right there how valuable your time is in front of the classroom. So I hope that you can get back to your students in a timely manner.
No problem. Thank you again. Just wonderful to be here. Thank you so much.
Well, Alan, I'm going to turn it over to you again to close out our program this afternoon.
Okay, well, thank you to all the award winners. Congratulations to all of you again. And you can see, they're making so many important contributions to our society and to our discipline, and really showing us that we can do research on these important topics, which is fantastic. So all I was going to say to close with is enjoy the rest of the conference, and we look forward to seeing you all at the next AMA conference next year. Thanks a lot.